What's up guys, this is Guy495 here, and today I'll be giving you a tutorial on how to install wheel locks for your car. Wheel locks are a relatively inexpensive means of protecting your investment. That is, the four things on your car, your wheels. Each wheel can cost upwards of $200 to $2,000 depending on what type of wheel you have. So just shelling out these $40 or so for these wheel locks, the ones I have here, you can protect that investment and save you a lot of grief. And installing wheel locks is a relatively simple process. If you do it right and you have the right tools, you can get it done in under 20 minutes. I am a petite female and I got this thing done with no problems. So the important thing is that you have the equipment that you need beforehand. So the two things you need is obviously first the wheel locks that are compatible with your car. Do some research online to see which model will fit your car appropriately. I went on Amazon and found these wheel locks that are appropriate for my Toyota Corolla, and then checked the model numbers with other sites to make sure that I have the correct one. And the second item you need is a long enough lug wrench or breaker bar that you can easily remove the lug nuts off your car manually. And I like to stress the word manual because there are definitely machines or tools that you can use to remove these lug nuts, but these often will over torque them and end up damaging the lug nuts. And also, especially using wheel locks, you want to tighten them manually and don't over torque them because you can warp the key. The length of the lug wrench will vary per person depending on how strong you are. For me, the one that came with my car was way too short, and also this cross lug wrench was also not enough for me, so I went out and bought this power built billy club, which worked perfectly well for my needs. I'll have the link to that in the description box down below. I also did a review on this. If you want to check that out, I'll also link that below. Now that you have everything, let's go ahead and get started. So the first thing you want to do is secure your car, so make sure that engine's off, it's on park, and you have the handbrake on. Next, you want to go ahead and remove any hubcap on your wheel if you do have one like mine. Now that you have access to the lug nuts, you want to go ahead and use a lug wrench to remove it. The key for an effective tool is to have a long as possible arm so that it'll provide enough torque to get the lug nuts off, and maybe a little bit of elbow grease. Now with one lug nut removed, replace it with the wheel lock. So I would normally manually first spin it with my hand and then torque it up to the correct torque by using again my billy club. Now since this is a wheel lock, you're going to have to use the key to properly torque this thing up. So you have to attach the key to the lug wrench or tool that you're using to tighten the lug nut. And this additional joint may make it a little bit awkward to turn it at first, so just make sure you have a secure connection between your tool and the key, then you should be fine. The one thing you want to keep in mind is you absolutely do not want to over torque this thing, so do not use a machine. And don't make the mistake that I did. Even though I didn't use a machine, I over torqued it by using my whole body on this billy club, which ended up warping the key, so I had to purchase another one, and those cost about $16 a piece. So be careful to not over torque this. Now that the wheel lock is securely on one wheel, go ahead and replace the hubcap if you do have one. Make sure you put it back correctly by aligning it with the air valve. And now you're done with one wheel. All you have to do is repeat the same process for your 3 other wheels. Now here's what my wheels look like with all the wheel locks installed. Thank you for watching this video. If you found it helpful, please give it a like. It would be greatly appreciated. And if you like what you see, consider subscribing to my channel, Guy495, for more videos like this. Thanks for watching.